Today, let's drive the BMW Z4. We'll chat about what it's like to own one of these and get a shrimp burger from McDonald's. Let's go. If you just want to see the shrimp burger, jump to this timestamp. Otherwise, let's talk about what it's like to drive this thing. This Z4 is a 2014 S-Drive 35IS, Alpine white with coral red interior. The previous E85 generation Z4 uses a soft top, as does the subsequent G29 Z4, so this E89 is unique with its metal folding roof. It's fine to drive with the roof up, but you'll get the most miles per mile or kilometer with the top down. It's true that the body structure isn't as stiff as a car with a fixed roof, but it's not like it's a wet noodle either. The suspension is well damped and calibrated, but the ride quality suffers when the Z4 is equipped with its big beautiful 19-inch wheels and run-flat tires. If you swap to non-run flats and or 18-inch wheels, things get much better. I'm not taking this thing to the track, and I'll take the extra comfort and reduced wheel and tire costs any day. Let's get real though, the standard springs and dampers are just fine on this car. The adaptive M suspension is better, but the difference isn't night and day. When the adaptive struts leak, they cost a pretty penny to replace. Having had a standard suspension Z4 on 18s and this current adaptive one on 19s, I'd go standard suspension all day, every day. Aside from having to replace those dampers, the Z4 has been relatively reliable. Check out 10 possible problems with the Z4 by clicking the banner up above or in the description down below. Make no mistake though, it's a BMW, so it's going to be spendy to keep things in tip-top shape. This car has done 45,000 miles in 10 years, for a tidy average of 4,500 miles a year. Here's what's been spent on it in that time. In my opinion, the Z4 is one of the prettiest modern BMWs inside and out, before the era of giant grills, more screens, less buttons, and whatever the f*** the iX is. It's a car that I turn back to look at all the time, and smile when walking up to it. It looks good top up or top down. Even with one of the smaller engines, it's a well-balanced driving experience. If you get the 35IS as shown here, it's more than enough power from the factory to get you in some serious trouble, with additional overhead if you want to tune it. The engine is shared with BMW's legendary 1M Coupe, makes some great noises, and is plenty of fun. The Z4 is actually a decent cruising machine, with enough cargo room for two people to get away for the weekend and see the sights. Road noise on the highway is bearable, and the ride is firm but not punishing. The main reason though you get a car like this is the ability to drive with no top. Make sure you get a car with the wind deflector package or install one later. It really does cut down on the noise and buffeting. You can easily have a conversation with your passenger, and your baseball cap will stay neatly in place even at high speeds. So, what's bad? The maintenance costs are expected with a 10-year-old BMW, but I'm not a fan of them, especially as this car ages. The ride quality is not the best with the 19-inch wheels and run-flat tires, but changing those to 18-inch non-run flats makes a huge difference. There's no backup camera, and the majority of Z4s didn't come with parking sensors. You're on your own to not bump the car into anything. The feeling of being low to the ground in a super planted car is amazing, but with everyone else driving giant SUVs and bro trucks, it's a little sketchy when you look over and see a truck's tire or bumper right next to the level of your head. So, we made it to McDonald's, and today we're trying the Ebi-Filet-O, their crispy fried shrimp burger. It's originally from Japan and features a sesame seed bun, yellow mustard, shredded lettuce, Thousand Island dressing, and a panko breaded shrimp patty. I have high hopes for it. As we pick up the food and head back outside, you'll see what I mean about the Z4 looking good as you walk up to it. It's a design that still looks fresh and timeless 15 years after it came out, and that's no small feat. Hey Olive, thanks for waiting. As we dig into the packaging, here's some initial impressions. The shrimp patty is pretty heavily breaded and is greasy in a typical fast food way. The Thousand Island and mustard bring in a nice acidic element to cut through that grease, and the lettuce adds a nice neutral crunch. The bun's your standard issue sesame seed version, a little on the sweet side and very soft and pillowy. I think everything as a whole is a touch on the sweet side, and there's not a ton of flavor coming from the shrimp, unfortunately. There's about as much breading as shrimp, which is a little disappointing. It's nice to see big chunks of shrimp inside the patty, not just shrimp puree. However, the rubbery texture of the shrimp and breading is not as successful, and Olive's not even willing to take a bite. I'll give this 2 out of 5 high-pressure fuel pumps, and Olive gives it 0 out of 5 paws. Subscribe for more, and Olive and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.